Hi, my name is Natalia Alvarez. I come from Medellin, Colombia, and I graduated from Mass Edition 2 in September 2025. For my undergraduate thesis, I was working in open clusters, and I was sure that I wanted to continue doing something related to stellar populations for my graduate studies. And because I knew that in Italy the quality of the research in this field is very high, I was looking to Italy as my first option to do my master's. Then I received the information about Mass from my undergraduate thesis supervisor, and I saw that this program was offering me many things that I really wanted. First, the hosting institute was Tor Vergata, and it had great professors that could help me to continue in this path, but also the possibility to go to the different partner universities, like the University Côte d'Azur, where I spent one semester. And also, well, that is something that is very important in my context, the possibility of having a scholarship. I think what makes Mass a unique program is the fact that we can spend our master in 4 different universities, knowing 4 different countries, 4 different cultures, which for somebody that wants to stay in academia is very important to know different people. And learning about how different researches are performed in according to the rules of each country, I think is a very enriching experience from the academic point of view, but of course, knowing so many people is very enriching from the personal point of view. I'm currently a student of the PhD in astronomy, astrophysics, and space science at Tor Vergata. So I think it's very easy to see how being part of the Mass program was crucial for me being here and continuing doing what I really wanted to do. I had the fortune of having a great supervisor in my master thesis, which I enjoyed a lot working with, and she's currently my PhD thesis advisor, so I'm definitely here thanks to the Mass program. I think the biggest strength of the Mass program was for the possibility of each student to choose their path. When you choose only one institution to do a master, usually that institution is very specialized in some topics, but here, thanks to Mass and all the universities involved, you can definitely go to different places and learn about different topics with the people that are experts on the field. The most crucial experience, skill, and contacts were thanks to my master thesis. I work measuring chemical abundances in open clusters under the supervision of Valentina Dorazzi, and I learned how to derive these chemical abundances using a spectroscopy, which is something that was completely new for me. And now that I have that experience, I'm working also under her supervision for my PhD thesis, but now that the experience is no longer applied to open clusters, but now is applied to variable stars. I would really like to see more about stellar populations and galactic dynamics. These are fields that are really interesting to me, but since through the master there wasn't that much of an offer on those topics, I had to take different optional courses in some topics that I wasn't really that interested in. I know that the academic load can be sometimes very overwhelming because I lived through that, but what helped me was seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. That in my case was knowing that after the exams I was going to be able to do the research in the topics that I wanted, and that was what kept me going. But I will say overall, just enjoy the experience because you're going to meet so many people from so many different countries. You're going to learn a lot about different cultures, and of course, you're going to meet new friends, and those friends you're hopefully going to keep them for the rest of your life. So I think it's a very wonderful experience at the end. I'm very grateful with the mass community because, of course, being part of this program allowed me to be closer of fulfilling my dream of someday becoming a researcher in astrophysics. Of course, is the economic factor. Thanks to this scholarship, I was able to study here in Europe, which is something that is very big for somebody coming from a country like mine, not having to worry about money while studying. And of course, leaving aside the academic factor, I was able to meet so many wonderful people, so amazing professors. The people from the project office are incredible, and at the end, the wonderful friends that I hope to keep for the rest of my life.